Good evening, everyone. My name is Louis Johnson, and it is 5:18 p.m. here in good old West Tennessee. We've had a couple of nice warmer days, and now they say tomorrow's going to be chilly again, but maybe not as bad, as it has been. I think we're getting towards spring here. February is always a little iffy, but we're getting through February. So March, there'll be some cold, but it won't be the levels that it has been here the last few days. But I was going to talk about one thing uh, this evening, and then I was watching the cabinet meeting that President Trump held today, and I was just so impressed with not just what all happened in the cabinet meeting, but overall the change that's occurring. Men are getting back to being men, number one. Um, and we, the people, have now given a mandate to the Trump team to boldly go after what it is, we brought you into the White House to do for us. So I really want to talk about our basic values of we come from a bold people. Okay. I regret that I only have one life to give for my country. Give me liberty or give me death. The British are coming. The British are coming. We our history in America is filled with bold, courageous people, people that are not afraid to stand up and say, this is how we need to live here in the good old United States. And it is so refreshing. And this, I actually started thinking through all of this shortly after Trump was elected, even, but certainly after his inauguration. The cabinet members in interviews, the press secretary in interviews, the vice president in interviews, Stephen Miller, and I'm really impressed with Stephen Miller. And then, and I'm going to probably mess her name up, Ali Habab. Anyway, she's the White House lawyer, it seems. And boy, she's coming on strong too. Everybody in this new administration, whatever part they play, they're bold, they're courageous, they're daring. I've even seen it in some of these Republican senators and representatives. I'm thinking, wow, was I just not paying attention before? Or because, they didn't really have a lot of power when Democrats had the president and the Senate. And unfortunately, our House was greatly divided. Our Republicans House, those 2 years never seemed to get it together. But now, man, everybody is hard charging. I was a little concerned about John Thune when he was elected as the Senate House or Senate leader, whatever they call the Senate guy. I was concerned about that, but man, he's moved things along. The nominations, rapid pace, even though the Democrats did everything they could to slow it down. We're pretty much way ahead of schedule, the way I understand it, as most other administrations in the past. So, and the Senate has gotten together a finance deal, and now the House has passed a finance deal as well. And now they'll be able to get together and see what they can do to work it out. But boy, if the House could get together and the Senate could get together, certainly when they all get together, they're going to find common ground. And common ground is what they need to find. Because the Democrats can't stop them. Can't stop them. There won't be a chance of a filibuster if they can agree to one bill, one combined, beautiful, big bill. As long as the Republicans stick together, they can't be stopped. So I hope the boldness continues. And I hope they realize they're not going to get everything they want. They're not. People in this part of the country and people in this part of the country have different needs and different wants and different thoughts and different views. So there's got to be give and take on all House and Senate members. But we got to get it done, guys. We got to be bold. We got to be daring. I got to tell you, you got to go for it. But the way some of these politicians and these cabinet members, and of course, President Trump, and boy, J.D. Vance is a master at it as well. This idea of not putting up with these liberal journalists, just not putting up with them, not going to have it. They talk over the commentator. The commentator asks a question, then tries to interrupt or change the subject. And this Trump team person is not having it. They're just going to keep right on talking. Watch Stephen Miller. Watch Tom Homan. Boy, they are. Whew. And Carolyn Levitt, or Leavitt. Anyway, she's great. And she is becoming very, very good at saying, we ain't having it. We're just not going to have it. So, like I said, our history is filled with bold people that were not afraid. Rosa Parks. She wouldn't get out of that seat, man. She was tired. And nobody in the bus itself seemed to be too upset. It was just the doggone bus driver, as far as I could tell. She just wanted to sit down. And she was sitting in what they call the black section. But the white section apparently filled up. And she was told she'd have to get up and move so that the white folks could sit down. She just wasn't going to do it. That's bold. Okay. She stood up. Well, she didn't stand up. She sat down and made a very courageous statement. Martin Luther King, um, I have a dream. Uh, that was controversial stuff. Okay. Now that seems pretty tame, but I have a dream speech. When he talks about the content of the character, not the color of the skin. We live in a time that calls for boldness. We live in a time that calls for courage. We live in a time where we the people, to stand up and say, no more, not going to have it. I would encourage people not to pay attention to any polls. I listen to some of the liberal media because I do want to know what's they're saying and what's going on, and I could get it from Fox or something like that, but I want to hear it from the horse's mouth, so to speak. Right there on their little cable channel or network or whatever it is. So I tune in, but I don't take anything they say as gospel. Okay, I don't. What I want to do is I want to hear it from Trump or somebody on the Trump team. When they say it, not so much when they write it, because sometimes, people will lie. So bold, courageous leaders. We got to take advantage of it because we haven't had a bold, courageous leader in a while now. And he's even bolder and more courageous than he was in his first term because he's had to live through the last 4 years. And the last 4 years were worse for him in a lot of ways. But it was also miserable for we the people. Okay. We had a rough time too. And we voted for what's happening now. And we just need to stick with it because everything Trump says so far is coming true. Okay. And when he gets that peace deal done with Russia and Ukraine, there it is again. Another one in the bank. Now, we get that deal signed with Ukraine for the rare earth and the minerals and all. We're going to get our money back. So, and we're not putting boots on the ground. Trump's already, that's the only thing it was never on the table. It's not that he took it off the table. From everything I can tell, he never put it on the table and never intended it to be on the table. That's Europe's problem. He'll do what he can to help out. He's trying to. If they quit messing with him, who knows? He might be able to pull that off. So, who do you think? Put down in the comments, if you would, put down who are you most impressed with besides Donald Trump. Let's take Donald Trump out of it. One of his cabinet people, okay, secretaries. Let's narrow it to just secretaries. And that's plenty to choose from. I'm not sure you'd be able to pick one, but that's the assignment. Okay, so write down there in those comment sections what your thoughts are on that. And I would love for everybody to go to YouTube and subscribe to my new channel here, and like and comment. If you're on Truth Social, if you check out Prayers for Our Nation, you'll find us there. Make America Moral Again that's its kind of its little home base, is Prayers for Our Nation. I'm not pushing Facebook so much. I do have some groups on Facebook, and if you would message me, I'd be glad to share some of those with you if you'd like. But mainly Truth Social and YouTube. I do have an X account, and I do place my videos and many of my posts on there, but I'm not getting anywhere at all with that. I mean, nowhere. I don't know if it's because I'm not paying to be on there. I don't pay for Facebook, and I don't pay for Truth Social, but I don't know. I just know that on that X, either I'm not doing something right or I'm just irrelevant or whatever. So thank you for listening, and sure it would be nice if on Truth Social or YouTube or both, if you'd leave some comments and share, and share. Let's make America moral again, so that we can make America as great again as it can be and should be and will be. So take care.